All right, everyone, if you would make your way to your seats at this time. The time is now 7:29. We'll get started in just a minute. Appreciate it. That's what I thought. All right, everyone, the time is now 7:30, so this meeting is now called to order. With tonight having all of the budget bills, you are allowed to have your computer so you are able to look at the budget details and current order bills. Would anyone like to utilize open forum at this time?
Johnston at large. Hey y'all. My message this week is kind of a follow-up from last week, talking about making time for yourself. It is really, what I really want to talk about is involvement, and a lot of us fall into the category of like being an SGA and then also being really wanting to be involved on campus and in other things, and whether that's at Auburn or outside of Auburn, I just feel like a lot of us are very ambitious people that want to do a lot while we're here. And so what I want to say about that is that it's okay to say no, and that's something that I've been dealing with a lot and trying to put school first, and really just want y'all to know that everything that you want to be involved in shouldn't take away from things that are more important, like sleep and school. And to really just take that into consideration if you need to drop anything, or if you need to really like hone in on certain things that you're involved in. Thank you all.
Thank you, Worm. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time?
Williams Human Sciences. Okay, so hey everyone, it's that time of year again. Camper Eagle /SOS applications are out. Woo! But I just wanted to come up here and say that, you know, it really has been the best thing I've done at Auburn. Senate's like number 2, but it's not beating orientation, I gotta say. But we talk about how like we're supposed to be, you know, like the voice of students and leaders of the student body, and being an orientation leader really gave me like firsthand experience with our, I guess, future constituents. You know, there are constituents now, but just hearing directly from students, which is, you know, something that we strive to do, and hearing just a different side of things that we might not think about all the time, because we think about the people who are here, but also the people who are going to be here, who are going to make Auburn their home, the concerns they have, all of that. So yeah, I was Camper Eagle counselor, Jilly was Camper Eagle counselor, so was Ryan, so was Artie. So if you have any questions, let me know or let somebody know and apply. Woo!
Thank you, Sydney. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time?
Hey guys, War Eagle. Ah, there they are, there they are. Well, I know that we have a lot of bills coming through today, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. That's why I wrote a few words on a piece of paper, because I know that I'll get up here and ramble anyway. But I'm incredibly excited to share with you guys a project that's been in the works for quite a while now. Many of you know my programming background within UPC, as we kind of discussed a little bit last week. And also that my main passion lies for bringing students together through events. And also, again, I kind of brought it up last week, but how many of you guys heard about the Magnolia Ball? Show of hands. I know one. Yeah, anybody? I like it. So the whole idea, like my whole idea with that event, alongside the Tiger Knights team from last year, was to provide non-Greek life students with the opportunity to experience the formal, which many of us within Greek life share fond memories of. So, off of that note, months ago, Jonathan, Senator Smith, and I received unique feedback from students. While our campus experience lacks nothing, many students believe that the absence of a unified, campus-wide live music experience gives way to a stark contrast in comparison to our peer institutions. Taking this feedback, we continued our research and found that multiple university organizations and students have the same sentiment. Our fellow peer and aspirant universities, including but not limited to Louisiana State University, University of Virginia, and Florida State University, all feature programming similar to that which was aforementioned. With this in mind, I've been working to find an answer to this feedback alongside Senator Smith, Senator Johnston, and Senator Counts. Continuing our research, we're excited to share that we are relentlessly pursuing a brand new Auburn tradition, one that unites people through live music, that commemorates how far we've come, and the future that lies ahead for all of us. In stretching the borders of our own collegiate experiences, we can truly create a legacy through this project that cannot be built by any one organization or individual alone. That goes for students who only perceive SGA as an election, students in Greek life, those not, and those beyond the walls of student involvement. We know a few of you are already aware of this project, and I'm excited to move forward on it, as my fellow senators are. Please let us know if you'd like to be a part of it. Having the ability as a student senate and as a student body to create a tradition marking our generation of Auburn students is huge, and one that many students will be impacted by university-wide. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time? All right, seeing no one, we will move on. We will now conduct roll call. Please ensure that you are in this seat at this time so we can ensure that you are here. With that, we will now go into the approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out electronically both last week and this morning. Are there any corrections that need to be made to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are now marked approved and corrected. We will now move into our reports from our officers, beginning with our president.
Hey y'all, thanks for being here. Happy Monday. So just a few updates from me. I had a meeting with Dr. Joffrey Gaiman, who's the head of admissions here at Auburn this morning, to just kind of learn more about what the future of Auburn's enrollment is going to look like. You know, there's been a lot of significant changes in the past 3 to 5 years. You know, we went from having an acceptance rate of around 80% to now 43%, which is just completely different. So I just wanted to kind of get a good idea of where we're moving in the future and what we want to what we want the future of the Auburn student population to look like. So that was a really good meeting. A few things I wanted to share about that. So for this year's class, 43% acceptance rate. The average ACT was a 28, and the average ACT for in-state students was around a 25, and the average GPA was a 4.05. So you can see, you know, Auburn's becoming a really prestigious school to get into. And you know, there are a lot of awesome things about that, but at the same time that affects some other students that would love to come here and that we're not able to offer admission to. So if you have any questions about that or would like to learn more about admissions and enrollment, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk more about it. Another thing I wanted to address was y'all got an email this afternoon about the monkeypox. And so that was just something that you know, I wanted to address because I know it's tip-top of mind for a lot of students. From what Dr. Cam shared with President's Cabinet, we are not overly concerned about this. You know, we are not thinking this will turn into the same breakout that COVID did, hopefully. But just over the next few weeks, be careful with shaking hands if you have an open wound or something like that, as well as drinking after other people. Try to avoid that. And then also just a little happy piece was for athletics. So at the football game on Saturday, we had the highest student turnout in the past about 10 years for an 11 a.m. kick. So something to be proud of right there. Yeah, but that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. And now we'll move into our report from our treasurer.
All right, guys, a pretty brief report tonight. First thing is we just wrapped up Rings Week, which is where we're selling rings down the Student Center. However, if you still are interested in purchasing your ring, you have until October 1st to order your ring to still be a part of the ring ceremony. So if any of you are still on the fence about it, I would encourage you to go ahead and order that ring before October 1st so you can be part of that Auburn tradition. Secondly, this is just me kind of making an announcement. Next week, I'll be coming to Senate and Cabinet to get feedback on just anything finance related. And so I kind of want to put that on y'all's plate this week so you have a week to think about it, go about your lives, kind of go about whatever you're going to experience in a day-to-day life. And if you have any feedback regarding anything finance related, questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to hear that next week. So just kind of be anticipating that, be ready for that. Would love to get that feedback next week. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Jake. And now a report from our Executive Vice President of Cabinet Administration.
Hey y'all, not much from me today, other than the fact that me and Coleman and the rest of my recruitment team and cabinet, we are going to meet on Wednesday to talk about future recruitment opportunities for Senate as a whole and schools council. So really excited to get the ball rolling on that. Another thing, freshman forum, I know I had sent out that form for mentorships last week. Thank you for filling that out. We'll be doing mentorship selections sometime this week, so we'll be in contact about that. Another thing is we will be having recruitment outreach days on the concourse during O days. I can send out a form for y'all to sign up for that as well. With that being said, that's all I have tonight. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Rhett. Can you send that form in the group me? Thank you. Next, we have our report from our Executive Vice President of Communications and Marketing. And her AVPs.
Yeah. Is this on? Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, hey y'all, couple of things from us. First of all, we're working on a graphic with Coleman right now that will have Senate office hours. So that's why she asked y'all for your office hours today in the group me. We're gonna get that sent to OSI so that we can make a post that has College Business Senators office hours, the College of Engineering, all of y'all, just so that students know how to reach y'all if they need to. And then once we get that, we'll post it on Instagram and pin it, but make sure when we post it, you repost it. And then also, slay, the sweatshirts are done. Okay, so this is the first option for the sweatshirt because we can't use the old logo. It's not approved anymore, the vintage one. So this is the first color selection, and then there's a second one. Thank you. There's the second one. So I'm going to send, you can order either one of them. I'm going to send it in the group me. Just select which color you would want to order because once we get an accurate number of who wants to order which color, there's also a both option if that's your thing. We're going to send them off to get prices, and they're going to be between $25 and $30 depending on how many people want each color, which is a slay compared to last year when they were almost $50. So that's kind of coming up that way. And then lastly, these two are going to talk. Also, thank y'all so much for getting here for pictures. We really appreciate that. We'll get y'all that photo when it's edited. And then they're going to talk a little bit about Senate Sunday.
Hey y'all, if I haven't gotten the chance to meet you yet, my name's Jillian and I serve as the AVP of Media Operations, and this is my director, Heath. We want to start Senate Sundays. So basically every Sunday we'll feature a different senator on the Instagram. So what this will look like is on Thursdays, one of y'all will be chosen to come to y'all's like exec meeting. I know y'all have to go to one a year or something, so I guess like that can be a good way to get your one meeting in. And then after the meeting at 3, Heath's gonna come and take like a short, like 1 to 2 minute video of y'all explaining what happened in the past Senate meeting, so like the previous Monday, and then also like what's going to happen the next Monday. But this video will go up on Sunday, so that's why it's called Senate Sunday, but we're gonna video it on Thursday. So in the video, you're gonna like talk like Senate's tomorrow. So then this is also a good way for y'all to encourage the student body to come to Senate meetings. So at like the end of the video, you can be like, oh, come hang out with us tomorrow at this time in this room. I'm gonna let Heath introduce himself.
My name is Heath McNeil. I'm a director of videography, and I cannot wait to see you on Thursday.
Yay, thanks for having us.
Thank y'all. Next, we have our report from our Executive Vice President of Outreach.
Hope y'all are doing well today. Not a whole lot for me, but continue gathering feedback. So during your office hours, if you get a lot of feedback from your constituents, from people that come to tell you anything, submit that to Auburn Answers or just send me an email with like a list of what people say so that we can send that out to the right people and get stuff done. Heyday is October 12th. The deadline is passed to order T-shirts and volunteer, but please still come and just have fun October 12th all day long. We've also been meeting with OID to talk about the possibility of diversity, equity, and inclusion boot camps in Cabinet and Senate, just so we can all learn how to be more equitable leaders. And lastly, Lobby Board was selected this past week, so our first meeting is this Thursday. But that's all for me.
Thank you, Jordan. And last, we have our report from our Executive Vice President of Initiatives.
Hey guys, just a few things from me. First thing, I met with General Burgess last week. He's the Executive Vice President here at Auburn. And just the main thing that we talked about really was ProctorU and the different testing platforms that y'all have to use and that I have to use, and having to pay for that. So do y'all have to pay for tests each time you take a test on ProctorU? Yes? Yes. About how much do you have to pay per test? 5, 10, anybody got 15? 15 on the not ProctorU, the lockdown. Okay, awesome. And then last thing on that, is it in y'all's syllabus that says y'all have to pay for these fees? Nope. Awesome. Thank y'all. That's amazing. That's the feedback I needed. Y'all are awesome. Recre, I know I've stood up here and talked about that, but we're going to start looking at that as a long-term solution and seeing if we want to continue after the trial run. So please continue sending me feedback that y'all get from students and different products y'all want to be put in there and different ways that y'all think it can be utilized, whether it's different buildings, different colleges that need it, and specifically what items y'all would want in those boxes for the different colleges. Study spaces. JDJ and Eb are working on a study space. We currently use Dibs, so if you want to rent a room to go study in the library, use Dibs. But we're moving to a new company that's kind of got everything that JDJ's been working on for the past 2 years. So we're excited for that, and what we're really doing now is just kind of helping out to get it installed and get it put in on campus so that we can get that to y'all. Executive Director of Campus Recreation and Wellness. This is a new position, and I was lucky enough to sit on the search committee. So they're combining the head of the rec center, the actual person who oversees that building, as well as the head of health and wellness and promotion services, so anything mental health-wise, psychologists, anything that side of things. They're combining that to one position. We have narrowed that down to 4 candidates who are coming for an on-campus tour and an on-campus interview. So that's exciting, and I'll have more to update y'all once that position's been selected and filled. Lastly on that, the reason that they're combining that is that Auburn's moving towards a holistic approach towards health, and we're becoming one of the few, which is one of the few universities to adopt the Okanagan Charter, which is a health and holistic approach to health. And I'm going to read y'all its PR statement just so that y'all kind of have a background on it. An international charter for health promoting universities and colleges, which calls upon post-secondary schools to embed health into all aspects of campus culture and to lead health promotion and action. So we're trying to move to a campus that really prioritizes sleep, eating healthy, not staying up too late, just all aspects of health instead of just focus on different small aspects. Nextly, e-scooters. We're putting a hold on bringing the e-scooters to campus as a university because there's different videos and different things that I'm sure y'all have seen of crashes and things that are very unsafe. So until we can figure out a way to bring them safely to campus, it's put on hold. And there is a policy in place for the private scooters. Unfortunately, we can't do much on banning and limiting students on that, but we do have a policy to try and make those as safe as possible. But that's something we're continuing to look into. Finally, if y'all want to get an easy and fun involvement hour, come to Shaker Distribution on Fridays at Jordan-Hare at 3 o'clock. It's a lot of fun. You're not out there long. You get to see the field kind of empty. It's kind of a different look and view than what most of you get to see on Saturday. So it's just kind of cool just to look around and hang out there for a little bit. But thank y'all so much for listening to me, and have a good rest of your week.
Thank you, John David. We'll now move into our reports from our colleges, beginning with at-large.
Dodd at large, not much from us, but through our office hours at the Edge, a lot of the feedback we've gathered is how long the line can be, and so we're looking for ways to expedite the check-in process, but that's it from us.
Thank you. And now our report from the College of Agriculture.
Davidson Agriculture. Last Friday, we had a great ceremony with engineering, turning 150. I think it went very well. Had a lot of donors and alumni, stuff like that, so that went very well. Then on Saturday, we had the Ag Roundup, which I had a bunch of organizations and clubs out there. They had tents. Cattlemen's was like selling barbecue and stuff like that. So that turned out very well. Kind of the same deal, just donors and alumni and stuff came in. And then we have career fairs this week, so we're very excited about that. But yeah, that's
Thank you, Luker. And now our report from the College of Architecture, Design, and Construction. Now our report from COSAM. Now our report from the College of Education.
Williams Education, not a whole lot for me. Just wanted to let y'all know that last week we met with the Dean of the College of Education as well as his senior leadership team and members of the Schools Council, Graduate Student Council, and ambassadors to discuss how to better incorporate student perspectives into college decisions, as well as the Dean wanted to talk about establishing a student advisory board. So we talked about what that would look like going ahead. So that's all.
Thank you, AJ. And now our report from the College of Engineering.
Harris Engineering. Just a couple things this week. Senator Cochran is going to be meeting with the aerospace dean regarding 2 professors who left mid-semester, and also Senator Rudolph or Ty is going to be having a strategic leadership luncheon regarding student feedback on the transition from the former dean, who's now president, to our current dean. And lastly, we are still working on getting chargers, both computer and phone, added to Brown Copel at the front desk so students can check them out to use. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Harris. And now our report from the College of Forestry, Wildlife, and Environment.
Martinez Wildlife. So this past weekend we had a 8 a.m. football tailgate for students, staff, and alumni. So that was good, but early. We have a career fair this week on Wednesday. So if any of your students are interested in careers in the outdoor field, send them our way. And we're also doing an SGA town hall next week to kind of see how our students like the school, if they have any issues, things like that. So thank you guys.
Thank you. And now our report from our graduate school.
Hi everyone, Olamide Graduate School. Last week, Wednesday, we had our GLC colloquium, so we started Auburn Achieve, and it was a nice one with the grad students. And also next week, Tuesday, by 12 p.m., we'll be having grab and go lunch, so in front of Elite Concourse. You can stop by and get it on. Thank you.
Thank you. And now our report from the College of Human Sciences.
Williams Human Sciences, no report.
Thank you. And now our report from the College of Business.
Sadie Business. So Lucy has been working with our school council liaison, Pickett Reese, on the vending machines and HHH. She's been working on this initiative for 2 years, and it finally just happened. So I believe that is a great example of persistence. When you believe in something, don't give up, and it came to fruition. So great job, Lucy. And then also for the Recre and Louder, we got power banks and financial calculators. So that's good for all of our business students as well in there. And then finally, we've been doing research on the outlets in HHH, and we have had communications with the VPO, Jeff Long, and he thinks it's very feasible, so we're going to work on getting that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Andrew. And now our report from the College of Liberal Arts. Now our report from the College of Nursing. And that will conclude our college reports for tonight. We will now move into our committee reports, beginning with academic affairs.
Dot at large, nothing really new to report, but something we are picking up. We'll be looking into international students being admitted into the College of Veterinary Medicine, but that's it for me.
Thank you. And now our report from the Budget and Finance Committee.
Seward business. It's the day everybody's been waiting for. Budgets are coming through. Passing those today, which I'm excited about. And then College of Liberal Arts Reserve Fund requests coming through as well for the promotion of their mental health services. So that's all I have.
Thank you. And now our report from the Code of Laws Committee.
Nothing really new to report here. I just wanted to know that as we've started to work through some of the code modifications, pretty soon here we'll see a lot of bills coming across the floor. And the first one will be centered around Chapter 307 and the Senior Vice President of Student Affairs. Also this week, Coleman will be joining us in our meeting to help us come up with a strategic plan as to how we want to change the schools council and the names of schools to colleges and how that'll impact the code. As always, we meet every Friday at 12, so come by if you're free.
Thank you, Ashton. Now our report from our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Now our report from the Student Affairs Committee.
Justin, Engineering. To start off, AJ had a great meeting with the administrator from the Facilities Project Initiation Team. We'll be meeting with them in the next couple of weeks to talk about working on a food truck water line between Louder and Shelby and the security shuttle awnings. Next, on Tiger Transit, we have 6 new drivers being currently trained. As those drivers are being put into circulation, routes will start to split up, which means congestion on individual buses will start to lessen, but new routes will not be added. So if you hear feedback regarding that, I have to walk 10 minutes to get to a Tiger Transit route, please let me know. And finally, we're hard at work at partnering with the Feed the Family Fund to assist financial aid when it comes to students. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, our report from our Executive Committee.
Jones at large. One thing, we'll have office hours this week, but we won't next week because of fall break. And then we're going to do live signups for Edge.
Got 2 over there, 3 over there. She said and John David, not and Jonovan.
Ryan.
And Senator Johnson and I, say Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Ryan and Warren, your office hours are scheduled for Fridays at 11. Do you want to change them? Okay, email me.
Gunner and I do 11 on Thursday.
We have room for one more. It's fine.
Okay.
You can only just-
All right, that's all for me.
Do you not want to talk about your study spaces? Your study spaces. Okay, never mind. All right. All right, we'll now go into our reports from the from our liaisons, beginning with the Honors Congress.
Wood Honors Congress, not too much to report. We just had sort of an earlier 5:30 meeting tonight because we had sort of like, instead of a regular meeting, we had like a event with food, and we're trying to get some people more interested and involved with the Honors Congress. And we had our Honors Organizational Leadership class last week, where we sort of learned a lot about sort of the new updates with AU Involve and just sort of how to use that for events and stuff. And so we're just sort of still working on trying to reach out to some more members through like word of mouth or just advertising and talking to people about sort of the benefits of joining the Honors Congress.
Thank you. And now our report from the Black Student Union. And when y'all get up there, would y'all make sure to use the microphone? We want Eagle Eye to be able to pick it up.
Bailey, BSU. We had a great GA today. We did a collaboration with NPHC, which is the National Panhellenic Council, which consists of predominantly African American sororities and fraternities. We had a panel with older NPHC members and talked about the history of NPHC on Auburn's campus. We kind of did that to kick off the week for the NPHC Legacy Plaza grand opening, which is Friday. And then BSU also wanted to do a collaboration event with SGA, so we will be working on that, and we're looking at February 12th. So sometime that week we want to do a collaboration event. And then we will be hosting a study night tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. in collaboration with Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And our next GA is Monday at 5 if anyone wants to join us.
Thank you, Deani, and we'll now move into our report from the ROTC.
Long ROTC. Hope y'all are having a fantastic week. Even though we almost lost Mizzou, I still thought it was a great game. Positivity's what I've been learning a lot. But that being said, this Wednesday we have our physical fitness test, which I'm not ready for, but we've been preparing for, and so it'll be see whether or not you keep your scholarship. So pray for me as I'll be doing a run that I'll probably not pass. Another thing that's pretty important to realize is we also have Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, Admiral Grady. He'll be coming on Friday, which is a pretty big deal. So he's the second highest you can be in the Navy, and so all the ROTCs will be getting together, just meeting with him, asking him questions, picking his brain. So it's just honestly a really neat opportunity. Like, we never get to have a 4-star admiral on campus, and so just a really neat opportunity for us just to talk with him and meet with him. So we're really looking forward to that. With that being said, the other thing I have is another thing I want to point out. I don't know if y'all do this, but we actually do a thing called 50 flags, where we wake up and we practice every Saturday morning, then we go on the field and we hold the flags before every game. So something that's pretty neat that I just think we've been doing. But something I'm going to look into working about that is just sometimes seating is kind of an issue for us, because like one of the big reasons you do 50 flags is so you can get front row seating, but recently we've had issues with seating. So we're trying to figure out ways like, do they need to go change or what to do with that. But yeah, hope you all have a fantastic week, and let's beat LSU on Saturday. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and that will conclude our reports for tonight. We will now move into our current orders of business, beginning with PSSB 22092601 by Senator Jones.
Jones at large.
Pull out your computer and pull up Teams at this point. We'll be voting through that again. Just a reminder, Ben has sent the voting forms in the Teams page. Only vote for the one that we are on at the time until you're prompted to.
Jones at large, ask for approval of the following: Lucy Alford, Gunnar Smith, Clay Grace Cochran, Jonathan Smith, Ed Counts. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there any debate? Oh, is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as read. Is there any debate? Seeing there's no further debate, we will move into a vote. All those in favor, please vote. Please say aye and vote yes in the Teams chat. All opposed, please say nay and vote no in the chat. It looks like the ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Moving on, we have PSSB 22092602.
Jones at large, ask for approval of the following: Tyler Rudolph College of Engineering Center. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as read. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes in the chat. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no in the chat. It looks like the ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Congratulations, Tylen. You may move into your seat. Next on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092603 by Senator Jones.
Jones at large, ask for approval of the following: Rhett Black, Coleman Thompson, Peyton Carr, Jake Garland, Vincent Indadova, Ann Claire Dismukes, Rowan Sen, Emma Petty, Elizabeth Bartlett, and Emily Hall. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as read. Is there any debate? Seeing there is no debate, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next up on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092604 by Senator Williams.
Williams Human Sciences. I ask for approval of the following: the allocation of $107,010.92 to the Black Student Union for the 2022-2023 fiscal year among the following categories: Communication and Marketing, $3,000; Quick Ties, $900; Breakfast for You, $600; Fresh Start Frenzy, $1,690; Fall Forum, $1,000; Unity Week, $1,500; General Assemblies, $1,580. Jazz and Poetry, $10,980. Black History Month Speaker, $10,000. First Year Experience Freshman and Transfer Committees, $1,500. Community Service, $2,710. Recognition Banquet, $2,400. Academic Success, $500. Student Stipend, $6,420. Office Supplies, $455.92. Leadership Development, $9,025. Soul Food Bazaar, $4,480, and MPHC Collaboration, $48,000. I asked for, oh my God, how do you say this? I move to pass this bill as written. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill just as read. Is there any debate? Just give it to Ben. Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please say nay and vote no. Aye. These ayes have it, and this bill is adopted.
Treadwell Business, I ask for approval of the following: the allocation of $97,640 for the Emerge budget for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. The amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown: phase programs, $25,650, initiatives, $15,000, retreats, $49,500, student stipends, $7,490. I move to pass this bill as written.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt PSSB 22092605 as read. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please say nay and vote no. It seems the ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092606 by Senator Seward.
Seward Business. I ask for approval of the following: the allocation of $387,500 for the involvement administrative budget for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. The amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown: communications and marketing, $139,000. Convocation, $28,000. Glomerata pages for SAOs, $7,200. IDEA, which is inclusion, diversity, equity, and action, $8,000. Insurance and legal fees, $2,500. Involvement awards, $22,500. Mail services, $250. Office equipment, phones, and software, $64,050. Office supplies, $10,000. Reservations and facilities fees, $1,000. Staff professional development, $34,000. Staff training days, $2,500. Staff uniforms, $3,500. Student leader training, $10,000. And student wages and stipends, $55,000. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Second. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next, we have PSSB 22092607 by Senator Lubin.
Lubin Nursing. I ask for the approval of the following: the allocation of $78,809 to the International Student Organization for the 2022 through 2023 fiscal year among the following categories: office supplies and equipment, $819, social hours, $45,350, peace dinners, $17,500, World's Fair, $2,880, soccer tournament, $3,475, mental health day, $1,200, promotional items and printed material, $3,500, name tags and polos, $1,410, student stipends, $2,675. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as read. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. It seems the ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next up, we have PSSB 22092608 by Senator Lozano.
Lozano Business. I ask for approval of the following: the allocation of $216,362 to the student organization's student activity portfolio for the 2002 to 2023 fiscal year budget. This amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown. Engage for $43,272, AU Involved Training $2,000, O Fund $150,000, Diversity Programming Fund $10,000, President's Training $3,000, Advisor Training $3,000, O Board Administrative Costs $150, Involvement Ambassadors $2,000, Organization Days $3,000, Student Stipends $2,140. I ask to pass this bill as written, or move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as just read. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092609 by Senator Smith.
Smith College of Liberal Arts asked for the approval of the following: the allocation of $293,189 for the Student Government Association budget for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. The amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown: academic programs $150, for athletic programming $40,550, for OBBE $45,339, for Better Relations Day $3,400, for communications and marketing $11,100, for Creed Day $1,700, for elections $650. For Executive Council, $4,600. For External Affairs, $4,900. For Freshman Forum, $2,750. For the Graduate and Professional Schools, we have $84,100. For Heyday, $34,485. For Initiatives, $500. For Miss Auburn, $1,500. For Outreach, $4,200. For Schools Council, $5,500. And for Senate, $5,900. And then for SGA Leadership Training, $2,150. And for student stipends, $26,215. I'll move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to adopt the bill as just read. Is there any further debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Next up, we have PSSB 22092610.
Rains Katsy. I ask for approval of the following: the allocation of $188,609.99 to the Student Media Student Activity Portfolio for the 2022-2023 fiscal year budget. The amount of $35,523 to be allocated among the following categories to Weagle Radio: engineering equipment $10,000, membership subscriptions $3,300, publicity $1,000, website maintenance $1,443, web streaming $3,500, live events $9,000, student stipends $4,280, executive officers $1,000, uniforms $2,000. The amount of $87,147 to be allocated among the following categories to the Glomerata: event services $2,500, marketing $1,000, membership subscriptions $409, photo services, camera maintenance $1,000, printing $70,000, supplies $500, uniforms $1,200, website maintenance $1,433, student stipends $9,095, The amount of $41,821.99 will be allocated among the following categories to the Eagle Eye TV. Equipment, $15,000. Software, $10,700. Data plan, $2,788.99. Website maintenance, $1,443. Memberships and subscriptions, $150. Conference travel, $900. Publicity, $500. Student stipends, $7,490. Executive officers, $2,500. The amount of $24,118 will be allocated among the following categories to the Auburn Circle. Printing, $17,000. Website maintenance, $1,443. Events and services, $1,850. Publicity, $1,000. Memberships and subscriptions, $150. Student stipends, $2,675. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is adopted. Yeah.
I move to call recess for 5 minutes.
All in favor? Do state your reason.
We have to, somehow the service budget got left out of the agenda, so we're just going to have that real quick.
All in favor to recess for 5 minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? We will now have a recess for 5 minutes.
Did we ever pass that in the first place? Did we pass it out to order last week? Sorry.
No. We talked about it. No worries. I took care of it. I took care of this stuff. You were too scared to tell us. Are you talking to Colonel Laws or just her?
Okay. You good? Shout out to Francis. All right, everyone, this meeting is now called back to order.
Seward Business. I move to suspend the rules of order and insert PSSB 2209-2613 to the end of this agenda as a current order.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? This bill was sent out to all of you through your email and will also be displayed on the screen. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, please say nay. It is passed. We have now added PSSB 22092613 as a current order. Moving on from the previous bill, we now have PSSB 22092611 by Senator Hall.
Hall at large. Ask for approval of the following. The allocation of $781,095 to the Programming Student Activity Portfolio for the 2022-2023 fiscal year budget. This amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown. Campus Traditions, $80,850. Executive, $66,250. Films, $51,450. First 56, $143,175. Marketing, $32,500. Special Events, $124,700. Technological Productions, $5,000. Tiger Nights, $249,900. Video Games, $15,500. And Student Stipends, $11,770. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is passed. Next up on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092612 by Senator Seward.
Seward Business. I ask for approval of the following. The amount of $350 to be allocated to the schools council line item from the reserve fund. This allocation would provide the College of Liberal Arts Schools Council the opportunity to execute a Let's Talk event. They'll be promoting mental health resources and partnering with the Auburn Student Counseling and Psychological Services. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? Seeing none, we will move into a vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. The ayes have it, and this bill is passed. Next up on the agenda, we have PSSB 22092613 by Senator Wheeler.
Wheeler Education asks for the approval of the following: the allocation of $133,260 for the service programs budget for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. This amount will be allocated among the following categories as shown. The allocation of $22,300 to Auburn University Dance Marathon for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Leadership training, $4,800. Publicity, $3,000. Apparel, $4,500. Events, $10,000. The allocation of $42,500 to alternative student breaks for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Trip cost $35,000, publicity $3,000, leadership training $2,000, apparel $2,500. The allocation of $12,100 to Beat Bama Food Drive for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Publicity, $3,000. Events, $4,000. Leadership training, $2,500. Apparel, $2,600. The allocation of $9,250 to Impact for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Publicity, $3,000. Leadership training, $2,000. Events, $1,500. Apparel, $2,750. The allocation of $21,200 to the Big Event for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Storage units, $5,200. Website, $1,000. Apparel, $4,000. Events, $8,000. Publicity, $2,000. Leadership training, $1,000. The allocation of $25,910 to General Service Programs for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Events, $2,000. Give Pulse License, $11,810. Promotion, $3,000. Verified Credentials, $3,750. Student Stipends, $5,350. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. I've just posted the form in the team chat, so all in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying nay and voting no. It looks like the ayes have it and this bill is adopted. Next up on the agenda, congratulations to the Budget and Finance team for the process being done. Next up on the agenda as a future order, we have PSSB 22-100301 by Senator Jones.
Jones at large asks for approval of the following: Avery Raines, College of Architecture, Design, and Construction Schools Council Vice President.
Are there any questions on this future order? All right, seeing none, we'll move on. Next up is a future order. We have PSSB 22-100302 by Senator Jones.
Jones at large asks for approval of the following: Carmen Catrona, College of Architecture, Design, and Construction Senator.
Are there any questions on this future order? All right, seeing none, that concludes our future orders for tonight. Thank you, Senator Jones. Announcements from me just to close out. Thank you for everyone that came to pictures today. Thank you for sitting through all of this and being flexible with all of us. I don't really have much. I have a meeting on Thursday with dining to discuss late night options for up all night and finals week. But that's really all I've got for y'all. So that is all from me at this time, but keep up the great work. And remember to be smart, be safe, and be kind to everyone. Hold up, we got a birthday in the house. Oh, we do have a birthday. Birthday to you. Happy birthday.